Why, hello, everyone. All right, raise of hands who heard me this morning. Oh my gosh, really? All right, I promise I won't repeat that. And if you didn't hear, I guess they're recording over there. I don't know if they're going to put it out there, but I'll find out. Okay, so fear and doubt. That plagued me throughout my entire life. You all need to know that I wasn't pulled out of the pits of hell by Christ until I was 42 years old. I'm 54 now. So that's only 12 years. 12 years on this incredible journey where God has healed my vanity. What is vanity? Vanity isn't just caring what you look like, what your makeup is, what you're dressing like. Vanity is also a disordered relationship with what other people think of you. So I lived my life trying to live up to other people's opinions of me. Talk about doubt. I had no God in my life, so most of my life, all I did was try to impress you, try to do what the world, the evil one, right, told me to do with my life. Get out there, make a lot of money, spend it, buy a lot of things. One of the things I did not share this morning, and I don't know, the Holy Spirit is putting it on my heart right now to share it with you. I saw my first pornography film at 11 years old. It was normal in the household that I was raised in to watch it. No, we didn't all get around as a family and watch porn, of course, but it was in my house. And my brothers, I knew, watched it, and I got sucked into it. It's not just a guy thing. And I didn't think it was wrong. The two teachings of the Catholic Church that I came to understand very late in my journey was pornography, masturbation, which typically goes with that, and abortion. I was totally sucked into what the world told me. Just do whatever makes you happy. I thought, well, I'm in my own bedroom. I'm not hurting anyone, right? No one knows what I'm doing. I'm certainly not out there sharing it with people. But then God showed me how amazing our bodies are, both men and women, and how we have to respect ourselves and each other, and that God made us to be one flesh to create another flesh. So when you realize, maybe that's a fear that you have as you are going through your life. I don't know who's married, who's not, who's looking at religious life or not, but we're all called to either be single, to be married, or to be a religious person. And it's discernment. And so if you're out there dating, choose wisely. Choose wisely. Make sure, women, that you find a man who holds the door for you, who opens up the car door, who brings you into a room with his hand on the small of your back, who doesn't pressure you into doing anything you don't want to do. I can speak for myself. I was fearful out there because I was looking for a man, and I didn't even know what I was looking for. So I did things with guys that I didn't want to do, really. I didn't really even enjoy it. How sad is that, right? I was just doing what the world told me to do, the hookup culture. So if you're out there and you're a man and you're looking for a woman, look for one who respects herself. And please don't take advantage of women because it gets into our soul. It gets into our psyche. So find your best friend. Find the person that you're going to want to hang out with for the rest of your life. I just attended a Catholic Mass with some people that I met in Tennessee. I've only lived there since March permanently, but for about a year and a half because I was sleeping on an air mattress in the house for a while. By the way, I am building a retreat home. I have 40 acres on the top of a hill down in the countryside of Tennessee for women only 12 women, very intimate. Just sharing that with you in case any of you ladies want to follow me and come on down there. So I met this Catholic family. They were adorable. And this young lady and young man, 22 and 24, did it the right way. They saved themselves for their marriage. And I remember having a conversation with the daughter, like, are you nervous? Like, this is going to be your first time? And she said, I am, but I know that he loves me and respects me enough to marry me. Yes, I was nosy, and I asked her after the wedding night. I said, how did it go? And she was like, it was fabulous. He was so tender, so nice. So this is how marriage is supposed to be. Am I embarrassing you? She's putting her hand in her face like, what is she saying up there? But this wasn't how I was. I didn't have that night the way that God had us be, right? It's between you, God, and your spouse. Okay, fear. What other things are fearful? So I'm sick. I'm not like sick, but I'm sick. So I have this thyroid issue. Your thyroid is right over your Adam's apple. Women have a little Adam's apple, by the way. It's over the top of your throat. It's supposed to be the size of a butterfly. Mine is like expanding outside of my neck. It's called hyperthyroidism, and I have no idea how to get rid of it. I could be fearful and think, I don't know what's going to happen. Like my heart sometimes beats so fast that I have to go through breathing exercises, like as if I was running, just sitting in a chair. I've gone to all these doctors, tried all this medicine, and I don't know how to solve it. It's probably stress-related because it happened about 6 months after my husband passed away. So I'm not fearful of it because I'm just giving it to God. You can suffer and make it worth something. Offer it up to Jesus. Say, Jesus, I unite this to you on the cross. And then pray for something. So right now I'm in the middle of a 54-day rosary novena. Anyone know what that is? Okay, some of you don't. So it's praying all 4 mysteries every single day for 54 days. The first 27 days, you pray for something that you desire. Maybe it's for you, maybe it's for someone that you know. The second 27 days, you thank God for answering that prayer, even if it hasn't come true. I also got some water from Lourdes. Anyone have that? You can get it online, by the way. And it comes out. I got it for my retreat house. I ordered it online, and they mailed it out to me, shipped it out to me. It's all blessed. And so every day I take a little sip. I have some St. Raphael oil, and I'm putting on my neck. Oh, the oil is so old. It smells so bad. You know how olive oil gets rancid, and I'm putting it on my neck, and all I do is smell it all day. It's pretty nasty. But I'm refusing to give in to fear, and I'm just giving it to God. And maybe you've had some illness with your family. Maybe you're afraid to lose someone who's sick, or even relationships. Maybe you're afraid that this relationship with your friend or your sibling or someone in your life is under stress and isn't good. Maybe you aren't able to forgive. Forgiveness is a big, big deal. And God will change your heart. I had to forgive my brother and my dad, 2 people in my family. And I couldn't do it on my own. When God says, if you do not forgive others, I will not forgive you, he means it. So I tried to forgive, and I tried to forgive, and I tried to forgive, and I'm in adoration, and I'm like, I don't know how to do this, because every time I think of that thing that they did to me, that betrayed me and hurt me so bad, I get so angry. I have disdain in my heart for these people, and they're my family. Like, how am I supposed to do this? So in adoration, I turned to Jesus, and I said, you do it for me. You have to forgive them for me. So it took about 6 months, but eventually my heart changed. I ended up going to a Thanksgiving event. My whole family knows that I do not like my brother. It's been decades of this. So I walk into the Thanksgiving. I don't even talk to him typically, and it's not a shock. But this day, I don't know. I can't, let me just say this. I want to say, I don't know what came over me, but I know exactly what came over me. It was the Holy Spirit. So I walk up to my brother. I hug him. I guarantee you my entire family, including my husband, just their jaws dropped. Like, what is this? What? You guys don't even talk to each other. My brother was so shocked, he just kind of went like this with his hands, like, I guess I'll hug you back. And that was the change. It busted through this decades-long thing. Do you want to know what it was? I was 14 years old. He was 16 years old. He's on the phone. This is back when the cords connected to your actual phone. We had no cell phones at that time. And I'm eating a piece of cheese. Those single craft cheese things that you pull out and I'm eating the piece of cheese, and he's on the phone, and he says, "Hey, put that cheese on a sandwich." And I look at him with a total smart aleck response. "What's the difference, buddy? I'm going to eat the cheese anyway, whether it's on the sandwich or it's in my hand." And he blew up. He came running over to me, grabbed my hair, and pulled out a silver dollar's worth of my hair that he just dropped on the floor. My mom comes running down from upstairs. And from that point on, he really had an alcohol problem. He would blow off school, go out with his buddies to the little creek, and he'd drink all day, and then he'd come home pretending like he went to school, but he was all drunk. And of course, my mom knew the people at the school, and they're like, "Your son didn't come into school today." So that was the start of me. I don't want to have anything to do with him because I don't know who I'm going to get with as much as he drinks. Am I going to get the Jekyll or the Hyde? So that moment, love begets love. So the very next time I saw him was Christmas, because that was Thanksgiving. I walked up to him. This time I hugged him and I said, "I love you." And he hugged me back and he said, "I love you back." I mean, trust me, this is so crazy. And then he wrote me a letter. What? My brother that I think has no feelings wrote me a letter and gave me a little gift, like gave it in a little, those little cute little bags that you put stuff in, gave me chocolates in there. And I was like, "Dude, chocolates, are you kidding me? I'm trying to go keto." You're killing me here with the sugar. But the letter was so beautiful. It was, "Your faith walk is changing me." So he went back to confession after being gone for over 40 years. And I was there that day, sitting right next to him. It was so beautiful. So if you are holding on to any lack of forgiveness, ask God to do it for you. Now, a lot of you are walking into your new life, your new career, what you will do for a living. Are you doubting that your natural talents can be how you make money? Maybe you're an artist. Maybe you're a musician. Maybe you're a poet or an author. Maybe you're a speaker. In the end, what is it that God truly gave you that other people say to you, "Wow, maybe you're mathematically genius, and that is something that I cannot do." So when I look at someone who can actually do math in their head, I'm like, wow, because I need a calculator. It's horrible. I have math, blockage. It's been there my whole life. Maybe you're great at technology. Maybe you want to help people. You want to get into the parish, to the church, and do something for God. It doesn't matter. You can bring God anywhere. So if you listened to my talk this morning, I brought God into my corporate job, my executive role. I talked about God all the time. So don't fear or be doubtful of what you truly want to do in your heart just because you're just this person in Alberta, Canada, or wherever else you came from. How could I possibly do X, Y, or Z? And might I ask you all to pray, "Lord, give me signs. Tell me clearly where you want me to go next." Maybe it's university. Maybe it's not. Maybe you're supposed to go get a trade. Maybe you start a business, and then you do charitable work with that business. I mean, there's so many things that you could do to earn a living that are truly your inward talents, that God gave you those skills. Have you guys ever taken the St. Catherine of Siena charisms quiz? So charisms, isn't that interesting when you find your charisms and you're like, wow. Like, sometimes it's shocking. But I recommend that you do some sort of searching for what your true charisms are. What is a charism? A charism is not a talent that you work on. It's something inherent that God gave you. And it's pretty cool when you see, so they're ranked 12 to 0, and you can see your top 5. Maybe you should consider looking at those top 5 as your future career. Or maybe you're called to be a mom. This is something that I will regret for the rest of my life. I never had children. I've never experienced pregnancy. I've never looked at another human being and said, that's my hands. I got my dad's hands and man hands and Flintstone feet. You could see my dad in me, but I can never see myself in another human being because I chose to be selfish and work. I have such admiration for women who choose to be mothers. It is the most important job in the world. Because if you think about it, either the school or your daycare is going to be taking care of those kids. Now, maybe some of you women out there are like, well, yeah, what do I do before I get a husband? I gotta work, that kind of thing. And maybe my husband doesn't make a lot of money and I have to work. I get it, but do as much as you can to be there for your kids. Okay, so, this is a big group, but what are you guys fearful of, or what kind of doubts do you have in your life? All it takes is one hand to I thought I saw one, but he itches his eye. I'm like, wait, there he is. What are you guys afraid of? What are you doubtful of in your own life that's holding you back? Bueller. Yes, we have one. Hi. A long-distance relationship that he's in. Where is she? Oh, you're from Hong Kong, and she's in Vancouver. That's quite a distance. Oh, my goodness. It's not impossible. So what are you fearful of? Is that she's not going to stay or be faithful to you? Her friends who are more secular would tell her other things. I'm just helping out the other side to hear you. Interesting. So what does she think? What does she tell you? Is she secular too? Okay. Keep praying. Keep communicating. That's my one thing. Any of you in relationships, it's all about talking, sharing your most vulnerable feelings. Because if you hold them back, and if you don't trust that other person, it's not gonna last. So be vulnerable, share your feelings, and do you say this to her? Like, I'm afraid that your friends are gonna break us up or so, in so many words. And what does she say? Okay, all right. Keep working on her and be vulnerable with her. Tell her how you really feel if you haven't, because I know sometimes guys don't really want to kind of bare their heart. But in this case, it sounds like you're really into her. And it's worth a fight, dude, right? Fight for her and just tell her your true heart, even if it's going to get broken, Because if you don't, then you're going to look back and maybe regret it if the relationship ends up stopping. You know what I mean? I say put your all into that and let the chips fall where they may, and ask the Lord to protect your heart. Because That's what it's all about. Vulnerability, sharing your feelings. I'll pray for you. What's your name? Chris Smith. Everyone, Chris Smith. Pray for Chris Smith. All right, we want that relationship to work. Is she here? You're here from Hong Kong and she's not here from Vancouver? What's up with that? All right, anyone else? Oh, look, that guy really put himself out there. Yes. Finding a balance of there is no balance, by the way. Finding balance of what God wants you to do versus what you want to do. Can you give me a real life example? In Ireland? Oh, when does that go? When does that start? And how long is it? There's someone else doing that?
What's up? Yeah, I'm doing Net Ireland. What? Kirk. What?
You guys were FaceTiming, he said. He was on a FaceTime call with you.
Is that it?
Wait, hang on. I'm getting this guy the mic. Hold on. This is great. This is great.
Hi, Kirk.
What's your name?
Connor.
Oh, what's up, Connor?
Not much, you? See you in a month, like.
Yeah. I will not speak to you after this.
Neither will I.
Okay.
Really know each other or no?
Yeah, I was going to call you.
So you don't know each other, but you know each other?
Yeah.
Wow, that is so great. Oh my gosh. So maybe this is a sign from God that you need to go on this missionary assignment in Ireland. Meeting, what's that? Oh, thank you. Yeah, you know me too well, huh? Down she goes. How crazy. This is a sign God talks through other people sometimes. So here's the deal, dude. You're going to be working, and then you're going to be wishing that you weren't working. Like, you have an opportunity at this age to do something that might fundamentally change your whole outlook on life. So making a couple bucks, in my humble opinion, I'm not saying this is God speaking through me, but Connor was. I think you should take advantage of this thing that you started. What would be the job? Okay.
Stuff like that.
Okay, thank you. Acting and writing and stuff like that. So how much does that bring in for you, or don't you know? Do you have the gig? Do you know where to get employed?
I've done it before. It pays pretty well, like $30 an hour, $200 a day.
And will it still be there when you get back?
I don't know.
Is it an open position?
No, it's like a first come, first serve kind of position. It's
Okay.
a terrible industry to work in.
Okay. All right. I would definitely. Have you prayed?
Yeah.
And God's telling you to go to Ireland, huh?
Yeah, well, it would be my second year because I did one across Canada this year.
Okay.
So it's like taking 2 years off.
What do you get out of your missionary extravaganzas or experiences?
The travel's nice.
Do you connect? Does it get you in your heart or somehow spiritually?
Yeah, that was definitely something very moving because I didn't join the church till last year, so I was baptized and then 4 months later I'm on the road.
Oh my goodness, hello, right? 4 months later on the road.
Yeah.
So maybe one last hurrah in Ireland, and then you can go do your film stuff, if that's how you still feel. You never know. Coming at 10 months, that's a long time. And Ireland, who really needs people to help bring the Catholic Church back to life, keep praying on it. There is no balance. It's a yes or a no to God. Unfortunately, when you're back, so you already made this commitment, did you pay for it already?
I'm currently fundraising.
Okay. Everybody give some money to this man so he could go to Ireland. How far away are you from your expenses?
I'm 94 euros out of 7,500.
94 out of 7,500? Okay, you got a month?
Yeah.
Okay, he needs some help. Maybe there's someone here that'll cut you a check for 7,500. You never know. Got to put it out there, right? And here's the deal. Pray for the Lord. If you want me to go, help me raise the money. But don't sit on your tail and not do anything to raise the money, but say, Lord, if this is truly your will, because I don't know, maybe it's not his will. I would think it would be, but maybe it's not for you if your heart's not in it. But just give it a shot on the fundraising, and maybe that's your deal with God. Never make a deal with God, but hey, Lord, if you really want me to go, help me raise this money. If I can raise this money, then I will go, and then I will figure it out. How old are you? 22. Okay. You got plenty of time to work, dude. Trust me, right? People are out there nodding their head. Older people who have worked for so long are telling you, take this opportunity if you can afford it, And it sounds like if it's going to be funded by someone else, it's not coming out of your pocket. So, okay, what else? Come on, we might have another Connor situation here. Yes. Whoop. We're giving you your workout. Oh, gosh, be careful.
I have a quiet voice, so the mic works. I have this huge fear, I have a feeling there's someone out there, but I've been through so much heartache, and it's hard to know and I fear so much is there someone out there for me?
Yes.
Is there a good Catholic or Christian who wants to be with me for me?
Yep. I don't think that's a fear that only you are having in this room, I guarantee you. So keep praying. Remember the bishop talked about Mary? Ask Mary to come in. Mary wants you to find your partner if that's what you are called to. Some of us are also called to live a single life too. So we have to accept as best as we can where we're at right now. We can still pray for what we want in the future, but ask Mary, ask her to bring your request to her son, and then be patient. How many times do we want what we want when we want it, right? And that's not how God works. Sometimes he's not going to heal your sin. He's not going to come into your life because you're not ready for it. This was me. I wasn't ready until I was ready, until I did the work. Until I asked for the healing and then waited for it. So pornography, again, hate to keep bringing this up, but it was something that I just didn't understand. Why is it bad to do that? Again, I'm in my own room, I'm not bothering anybody. And then he showed me the light about the body and about the theology of the body and about what our bodies are made for and who they're made for. And then it was an up and down kind of journey. Confession is your best friend. If you are fearful that you're not going to be able to stop this sin, especially if it's a mortal sin, please go to confession as often as you can. Sometimes I was going every week. Sometimes I was going every other day, But at least you're going to the right place. You're not turning inward to yourself because sometimes we just can't heal what we want to heal by ourselves. All right, what else you got? Yes. That's a personal thing. It depends on where you're at in your life. For me, I just jumped right on in when I got out of college. Was I ready for it? No. But did I need to, get money to live? Yes. So I can't tell you because each person has a different situation in their life and what kind of job is it. So I know a lot of people who go to college, go to university, and study something, but then go out and get a job in a totally different field. In my humble opinion, I think college and university is overrated if you're not going to stay in that specialty. You just spend all that money and then you end up going and working at some joint that has nothing to do with your major. So I wish I could tell you that because some people are ready to work at 20. Some people are starting businesses and getting out there at 18, 19 years old nowadays with this whole social media stuff. Not saying that's something that you should do, but it's individual and where you're at in your life. Personally, I think that. I'd love to tell you a number, but. Okay, another one. Way, way over there. Ah. Hold on. I know. I love it. That was great.
So I've really been feeling called to youth ministry, but I'm really worried about not being able to raise a family on kind of what you get and just kind of where to start.
That's a good question. Are you married? Okay.
No.
All right, so you're not married, but you want children, and that's what you feel your calling is. Obviously, you're with youth. I think that's fantastic. So in some cases, maybe, and I don't know how many, I'm not familiar with Alberta. I don't know how many parishes there are, or, because I know that different parishes pay different things. So I don't know, does your parish not pay very well for that?
I've been more looking to go through schools and stuff, or even I've debated trying to go to face-to-face down in Saskatchewan.
Woo! I would do your research, because honestly, I've seen you work with the youth. This is your calling, in my humble opinion. You totally dig it. I've never seen anyone get so sweaty and almost fall off of that table that you were jumping on before. You had to stop and take a breath whoo! So you are passionate about it and you love it. So find a place. It might mean that you have to pick up and move. Find a place that pays you your value. A lot of us may be thinking, well, I want a lot of money. That's how I was. I only did whatever job I could to make the money. But if this is what you are feeling you're called to, then pray to the Lord to find a place that will compensate you good enough where your wife to be, and maybe that's where your wife is, your future wife, and all will fall into place. So how do you know what God's will is for you? Oh, you keep walking forward, and a door will open. If you keep walking forward, and a door will open. If doors start slamming in your face, and you keep pushing, going around the door, trying to get another door open, it's a sign that that is not what God wants you to do. Even if you've convinced yourself through all this prayer, this is what I'm supposed to do, and you don't open your mind, because sometimes we think that we know God's voice, and it's really ours. Remember, the three voices that you have to discern: yours, God's, and the devil's. And discernment is nothing to fool around with. It is time-consuming. It is a prayerful exercise, because the demons are so cunning, and they can make you think that this is God's will. You might even feel joyful and a bunch of exuberance in your body saying, yes, this is where I'm going to go. This is what I'm going to do. I feel it. It's God's will. And you try to do it over and over and over again, and just doors keep getting slammed in your face. It's time to speak to someone. Speak to a spiritual director. Speak to a spiritual coach. I'm a faith coach. I help people discern certain things, big decisions in your life. So if you go look for places and some doors open and you get jobs, walk through them. Trust that God is going to take care of that future wife somewhere along this journey. And sometimes we're too afraid. You're talking about, what if you have to move and then you leave your family and your friends and all of that? Sometimes that's the step God wants you to take, to trust in him. So if you heard, I'm from Chicago. I'm not from Tennessee. My husband and I were going to move down to Tennessee and retire. I didn't know a soul down in Tennessee. So I'm praying after my husband passes away, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? You want me to move down there? Or to stay here? This is where my family is. My kids are here, my husband's kids. My kids, really, but they never came out of this body. So what do you want me to do, Lord? Please tell me. And over and over and over again, build a retreat home. Move down, scariest thing I've ever had to do. Move away from everyone, not know a soul, and then use all my retirement money to build this retreat home. What in the world are you asking me to do, God? Because sometimes it's super scary. Sometimes you don't even know how you're going to do it. I don't know the first thing about building a house, let alone a retreat home. Now I have a chapel and a pond and a big trail that you can walk on. It's amazing. So God will open the doors. He will provide, even though you are so scared out of your mind and you don't know how to do what God is asking you to do. So when he asked me to go share big, like quit your corporate job, I had to go to my husband. I was the breadwinner, and I'm like, honey, God's asking me to go out there and be a speaker. And he's like, a speaker? I'm like, well, a Catholic speaker. And he's like, you're not going to make any money. I'm like, I know I'm not going to make any money. Not the money that I was making, for sure. And he gave me his yes. He said, we'll take it day by day, which was the most godlike thing I could ever hear. And we didn't bleed. We should have gushed money out of our savings account. Gushed it. It should have been cut open with a knife, money flowing out, because we had another lake home and boats and wave runners and all this stuff. But God provided, not through me, because I had an idolizing, disordered relationship with money. He provided through my husband. So it was a lesson to me, right? That I have to trust God. My husband had to trust God. My husband even said, I can't believe that we are still okay on the savings. He said to me, I had a number in my mind, and when we got there, I was going to look at you and say, go back into the job force, the real world, none of this Catholic stuff anymore. So sometimes it's scary, but when it's God's will, he's going to open up that door. He's going to make it happen. Anyone? Yes. Oh my gosh, all the way on the other end. 3 minutes. All right, 3 minutes. Careful on that.
Thank you. So I compose music, and I just want to know how to not compare myself to, or advice on how to not compare myself to like Chopin or Eric Whitacre or those kind of
Wow.
super good.
That's a beautiful gift. So you be you. You're never going to be like the guy sitting next to you. Your experiences are completely unique. You have a different upbringing. You have a different relationship with God. You have different family situations. The trials that have come into your life are so different than others. So one of the things that's kind of, when we compare ourselves to other people, maybe it's in a spiritual way, right? Like, oh my gosh, she's so holy, I want to be like her, those types of things. Or look at him, he's, on his knees, the whole rosary, and I'm sitting back here on the pew, not on my knees, so don't compare in any aspect of your life. But God made you unique so you can make your own unique music, not to copy other people. So stick with what moves your heart, and who knows, you may be better than all of them in a different way, a unique way. So that's one thing that I think, again, that goes with vanity, caring too much about what other people think of us, but also comparing our lives to others. Keeping up with the Joneses is a phrase in the United States. You guys got that here? You're always trying to compare and keep up with other people, so you just live your life according to what other people are doing. So keep writing, keep composing. And I'd love to give you my card. I can't wait to hear what you write. What a gift. And ask the Lord to come into your heart every time you compose. Make it be his music. And then you can see where it goes. All right, I got the 3-minute warning, so now I got to go. Don't be fearful, don't doubt. Okay, I have heard over 352 times in the Bible, it says, do not be afraid, do not worry. I think it's more than that, but do not allow yourself to go into despair. Just be your own unique self. God made you fearfully and wonderfully made, and go be who God created you to be. A good and faithful servant, but also someone who loves your neighbor as yourself. But you got to keep God the center of your life in order to do that. Thank you for your time, everyone. I love you guys. Thank you.